Hey, and welcome to the F.A.T. Hippos Podcast. I'm Mason. To my left here is Patton.
Hi.
To my right is Alec.
What's going on?
And also Kevin.
What's up?
So with the first episode, we talked a little bit about World of Warcraft. Second episode, we talked a little bit about Destiny. And this week, we're going to talk about MMOs in general, because we have the itch to play an MMO. And WoW did not help at all.
No, talking about WoW was just fucking awful because...
Worst idea ever.
4 years of not playing, and then this guy's like, well, I'm going to start playing again, so... Here, I'll buy you mists. That's all you need since that one guy hacked you and bought you Cataclysm. Yeah, here it is. Cataclysm. Okay, well, I suppose I'll play mists.
For a little while.
Yeah, see, I skipped mists. Last one I played was Cataclysm, and I just got burnt out. I was like all into it. So
yeah, I stopped at Cataclysm too.
Did you?
Not going back.
Coming back to Mist, I'm just now questing in the new area, and it looks awesome. I mean, I don't like the pandas.
Did you make a new character, or did you?
No, I'm playing my paladin. She was 85, so I'm trying to get her to 90, and trying to relearn the game because there's the talent tree is all different. I forget what abilities do what.
Oh God. How was it different than Cataclysm? Because Jesus, I mean, when I stopped at Wrath,
Cataclysm had the talent, like old school talent tree.
There were more talents than there are now. Now it's now there's one every 15 levels.
Right.
But there were more talents than that when Cataclysm was out. I don't know. It's so stupid. They're like, everyone just picks a cookie cutter spec. Well, now you kind of have to because there's only 6 goddamn talents to pick from.
I don't mind the fact that you don't have to pick for every single level. But, every 5 would be nice, or a couple more talents would be nice. I really don't like that there's only like 3 of them, and the first 3 or 4 don't even do anything.
They don't.
Oh, my priest is like, you can run faster.
Yeah,
what the fuck happened to my damage that I was doing?
Yeah, before, all my action bars, I had, every action bar on, even on the side, and it was filled to the max. Sometimes I had to replace things just when I know I needed it. Now it's just like a graveyard. There's, nothing on my screen. I'm like... Well, I guess I'll just hit these few, and then I hope that's what I do.
Yeah, I feel like Paladins and Warlocks got hit the most. Half of their stuff was erased. When I started playing again, I got on my Warlock, and I forgot that they changed, the shard thing. Because at one point, we used to have Soul Stones, and you had to have a Soul Bag filled with Soul Stones, or not Soul Stones, Soul Shards to do shit with. And then they changed that. And I remember in Cataclysm, there was some kind of... certain spells had a secondary effect you could activate with a Soul Shard, and then I guess they removed that between Cataclysm and Mist because I was looking for that because one of my spells allowed me to triple my cast time on something, but it would just release a awesome spell, but it's gone.
They don't have it in another form or anything?
No, I looked for it. It's gone.
They blue-balled you.
Last night we were trying to do a dungeon, a Cataclysm dungeon, and I was asking you just because you played a little longer than us. I was like, what do I buff you all with? And you're like, kings or something? And I'm looking, I don't see kings anywhere. Yeah. I don't see any buffs to put on anyone now.
Yeah, kings are mine. Blessing of the king or
I think they got rid of that. I haven't seen it.
I was sitting there buffing everybody in the group with Power Word Fortitude or whatever.
You just hit it once.
And all I got to do is hit it once now. I used to have candles for it to do that.
Time limit and everything?
Yeah,
do they still have that?
Yeah, I think it's still
it's still an hour.
An hour?
It's now an hour. Or no, it was an hour, and then the candle one was 2 hours for raids. But I guess they don't have candles anymore.
Nope.
They got rid of a lot of
reagents.
I don't have my keys anymore. They came back and all the keys that we collected.
Oh,
for all those years.
You had to get a key to
they sent me. They're like, we see that you have a key that was used for this place, and here's 2.5 gold. Because you don't need it anymore.
Yeah, they did that with Cataclysm too.
What the fuck?
Well, at least they gave you some money for it.
Man, 2 gold.
Do you know how much 2.5 gold gets you now?
A scrap
of bread?
They
give you $1 million when you first start now. And
money.
Remember when you had to get the 60 for the cool mounts? No, you can just have it now.
Yeah.
Or when you had to be a 30 before you, or 40 before you could just mount it all.
Yeah.
40. And now it's 10?
20. But you get to 20 so fast now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in a guild and you have the BOE gear.
It took me a week to find fucking Stormwind. when that game first came out.
We had to have because
What
I
were you
started playing before.
I was a mage.
You were human though, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't.
When I was in Goldshire, I was like, oh, here it is.
I remember I started.
We're in Stormwind.
Before you all, and I had my higher level hunter, so I had to escort you all through the wetlands and everything to get to
getting to Ironforge was a bitch because I had to go through, and I'm like, these guys are 15 levels above me.
Yeah.
How does this work?
You get to one, and then you take the tram to the other.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I got these now.
Well, the first time I went to Ironforge, I didn't know the tram existed. So I walked there.
Well, now you can just use your flying mount, and you don't have to worry about flight paths.
You get that at level
there.
1 now.
Yeah, or I can pay $10 into WoW and have them teleport me there instantly. That's probably
all those
microtransactions.
I bought 2 mounts.
Yeah, it's just mounts. He did.
He was showing me. He's like, I was like, let me look at the mounts because I was watching him play, and they had this one dragon that changes colors like a chameleon. You just randomly. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And he's got big eyes. I want that. So I was like, if I come back, I'm buying him.
Did you just buy that yesterday?
I just bought it yesterday.
God.
When I signed up, I was like, I want this.
I heard you talking about
It's
it.
funny because I saw that Mason was on, but I didn't know what character he was on. So I came running out of the bank, and we were on TeamSpeak. I was like, "Oh, Mason, there's some guy here in Stormwind with the mount that you want." Oh, hey, Mason.
This is me.
I was like, "Oh, fuck, it's Mason."
I was like, oh my god, yeah, he is on that, isn't he?
Such an asshole.
It was so cool. It's gigantic. I thought it was tiny, but
No,
the dragon's pretty
It's a
big.
big dragon. I like the mount special emote that it does.
Oh yeah, is that new with Panda?
Nope.
It's always been there?
Yep.
I know.
Every mount has a mount special.
Well, they used to do it when you hit spacebar before they could fly.
Yeah, because now they
fly.
just take off. But like
That's right.
like horses would rear back and kick their legs and yeah.
When did they start the transmogrification?
Cataclysm.
Towards the end.
Well,
Transmuting? Like for...
No?
No?
You can pay gold to make your equipment look like anything else. So if you have, but it has to be something you have in your bank.
Yeah, like you have to have the item.
Yeah. So I was excited because I didn't know that you actually had to have it in your item, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get my tier 2 stuff and just it's gonna look like that the whole time, but it's gonna be whatever stats I currently have.
Yeah.
Well, that fucking hacker sold all my tier 2, tier 1 stuff.
Oh.
And Blizzard couldn't give me. They didn't know what I had before, so they sent me like 1,300 gold, which was like 10 minutes of work now, just questing. But I sent them another.
We can get your tier 2 because my priest Lomoxana, she has the full transcendent set. That's what she's wearing. Yeah, we
so
can
you
get
can do it.
But you got to run molten core.
We're fucking 85.
I understand that,
in there
but I don't want to run molten core 4 times. Cause does it have? Can you do it every day? Can you do it multiple times?
No, it resets after a week.
I don't want to wait 4 weeks.
Why not?
Bruh.
It's not like you need it right away.
Hey.
Plus, you'll get better.
I need it right away.
Plus, you'll get better gear, and then you'll have better stats.
Maybe the GMs will actually send it. Just send me it. I asked them. I was like, "Hey, I had full tier 2 and tier 1. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else because I don't."
Yeah.
I just want my tier 2 and tier 1.
They may not give you the tier 1 because I'm thinking. Wait,
You think if I told them I had
molten core is
tier
mainly
3,
tier 1.
they would
Okay,
give
then
it to
never
me?
Anixia, the helm was tier 2. I don't
That's
think we
true.
can do that again.
yes, you can.
You still can?
Yeah, because she drops updated
yeah.
stat tier 2 helms. So
Okay.
it's a level 80, but it looks just like the tier 2.
Okay.
We should do.
What tier are they on now?
16.
Is that for warlords or is
that's for the
currently?
end of Pandaria.
So they're gonna be like 20.
Tier
by the
20.
end of the-
Tier 18, probably.
Yeah,
It'll
probably.
be tier 17 when it comes out. You probably tier 20 because it started with 14. Did they have 14? Yeah, tiers 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so they start with tier 14. So tier 14, 15, 16. So yeah, probably 17, 18, 19. They might kick it end it with 20. I don't know.
Yeah. I just read
Tier
that,
20, twin.
I just read that there's gonna be a trailer and a release date announced very soon for Warlords.
Titties.
So I got pretty excited about that.
That's
just
the
'cause we've
newest
been playing.
WoW expansion?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it story wise or like.
You were
dungeons.
telling me about that today.
Yeah, I got on some.
Warlords of
There's
Draenor,
time
is that
travel.
the full name of that?
Yes.
Warlords of Draenor, yeah. You kind of go back to Outland, but it's not when it's exploded.
So it's pre-cataclysm.
Yeah,
for them.
it's pre-vanilla.
PC,
Wow.
yeah.
It's pre everything. It's so spoiler alert. At the end of Okay. So at the end of Mists of Pandaria, after you capture Garrosh Hellscream, who has taken over the Horde and is drunk with power, the Pandarans arrest him and throw him in prison, and before he has a chance to stand trial, or I think during the trial, before a verdict is given, he gets taken back in time by an ally, and
he's causing
he's trying to go back in time.
He's trying to make a new timeline.
He does. That's what starts all of this, because the
JJ timeline.
This is gonna get really nerdy and WoW lore, but from what I read, like the bronze, there's like a bronze dragon who they're the keepers of time, and so apparently he befriended one of them and he was working with one. I don't fucking know, and so he goes back in time and tries to fix the orcs and the Horde before they drink this demonic spell that the Burning Legion give them, which turned the orc from brown to green, which is why all the orcs now are green instead of brown. Because if you go to Outlands, some of them are brown, some are green.
Like
the brown ones are pure orcs, and the green ones were like infected with something and became part of the Burning Legion. So he went back, which is why Thrall is green and Garrosh is brown. Because Garrosh is pure. It's a pure blood.
So if they're going back in time, are we saying that Warlords is going to be an RTS?
I wish.
Because I may play that.
Warcraft 4? No.
When's that happening? They're too busy at StarCraft.
So but the only two zones in the new Outland or the new Draenor that haven't really changed are Shadowmoon Valley and Nagrand. So
are the two that look
they look different because it's earlier,
but the landscape.
Are you still going to go through the blasted lands to get there?
I don't know.
Because like Hellfire and some of the later ones had like broken pieces that you would fly to.
Well, that's because the planet had been destroyed, which is why it's called the Shattered Planet of Draenor, and it was held together by Twisting Nether. But
now it's all together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the planet is whole.
That's cool.
So it'll be separate from the main continent. Then there's got to be a special way to get there because you probably won't be going through the portal.
Well, it's said that Garrosh took technology with him to establish a portal to connect his alternate timeline. With current present-day Azeroth.
What I'm thinking happened is the Stargate got messed up. And just sent him back in time.
They knew they weren't going to.
Garrosh got some red matter, dropped it into the sun.
They knew they weren't going to make a Stargate online, so they just put it in WoW.
Don't talk to me about. I want that. I know it's dead, but they can come back with it.
I heard they're making a Firefly MMO. You think are they
really?
It looks terrible, but yes, they are.
They probably just took the Stargate MMO and were like,
before it starts to get good, though, they can take your character away.
Yeah, they only give you a few hours and then they take it away. So a show that has one season with like 8 episodes gets an MMO, but a show with like 10 seasons plus extended shows doesn't get nothing.
I think there's 17 or 18 seasons altogether. Plus
there's a
3 movies.
Just
3
movies. Got
movies.
canceled. The
a
fans
reboot maybe
craving it. That's why.
Oh, Firefly?
Yeah, the fans want it.
There's like 900 million Stargate fans out there.
But they got, like you said, like 20 some odd seasons. So I mean, I feel like their hunger was satisfied.
Yeah, Firefly people.
I could use more Stargate.
Oh, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, if you know.
Yeah,
I
see what you're saying.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, it could have been better than Star Wars.
What, Stargate?
No, yeah.
Oh,
Stargate
Old Republic.
The Old Republic.
What a massive disappointment that game was. Is still.
We played it when it first came out.
I liked the story, but my computer was having such a hard time playing it that I had to stop.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool, like the story stuff. Like Mass Effect, it had the talking trees where you pick a thing and it affects the story.
Yeah.
But everything else was just like a WoW clone.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that well done.
I think when they developed that game, they were thinking, okay, we're Star Wars, so we'll just copy WoW and put Star Wars name on it, and people will buy it.
Yeah,
and
then
which they did, and it just didn't.
And it also hurt them that STO with the same way that they released their games right when the free to play model became the popular way to go.
Yeah,
and they were the ones that were like, oh, we're gonna do subscription,
and their free to play model is so ass backwards.
Star Wars,
yes,
yeah.
You want to explain that?
I don't know much about it. I just know that's horrible.
Thanks.
Well, you've told me it's like...
I think it's free to play up to level 15, and then you literally have to pay to do anything else.
Really?
Yeah, like you have to... I think it's free to 15, which one of my characters is past 15, so I'm fucked. But like in-game currency you have to pay for. Like it's so
very microtransactions.
Heavy.
Very heavy on the microtransactions.
Do you spend more than $15 a month on it?
I think you can still pay the subscription and get everything, but if you're doing the free to play, you pretty much have to pay to do anything.
So it's easier just to do subscription.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you want to walk through a doorway? You gotta pay $1.
I would like to try that again to see what updates they've done and stuff.
Yeah, this is true.
Because I've heard they added space combat, which looks cool, and I do love Star Wars. So
they beg. I get emails all the time. Please come back.
I've gotten a few. Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm waiting for Battlefront.
Yeah,
Battlefront. Yes.
That's not an MMO, but
no,
fuck.
That's the Star Wars game to be.
If that doesn't have space combat, then I will give up on all
Star Wars games.
Than ever playing another space 3D combat space simulator.
Combat.
Yeah.
Is there going to be multiplayer in that? Battlefront?
It's
no,
only
single play. Of course.
I mean, is it going to be like
I would imagine.
Battlefield?
It is Battlefield, but Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's being made by the people who made Battlefield.
That's what Stargates needs.
The guys who made...
They're not going to make an MMO, but they could make something like
Battlefield.
Battlefront, Battlefield,
Yeah.
anything like that. They'll call it Starfield.
they'll call it Fargate.
Fargate.
From the makers of Findependence Day.
Yeah, something like that. Because they have, there's two factions. There's the Jaffa and the Goa'uld versus the humans.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Well,
you guys don't know shit.
I don't know nothing about Stargate. I would check it out, though. I give it a try.
Is Kurt Russell going to be in the game? Because I would so play it.
If Kurt Russell is in the game.
Escape from Stargate.
But what are they going to do with MacGyver?
He can be there, too. It's like an alternate skin. Like in GoldenEye, you just pick which one you want.
When they go back in time through the Fargate, it'll be Kurt Russell there, and he'll be playing Warcraft 2.
Warcraft 2.
Is Doc Brown there waiting with the DeLorean?
Yeah, him too.
Well, so Star Wars paid to play subscription, whatever, sounds crappy. But as you mentioned, Star Trek Online, they went free to play, and they apparently have been doing really well with that.
They did a better job transitioning than Star Wars did, and they're not... Some will say they're still heavy on microtransactions, but I don't feel it's as heavy as Star Wars is.
Like, you don't have to pay a single dollar unless you want to. You can play from start to finish. You get everything everyone else does, but if you want like the fancy ships, like the Odyssey class or some of the better stuff, you can pay for it, but you don't have to. Like
I got that feeling from playing.
Nothing is withheld.
I think Star Wars tried to catch hardcore MMO players that were Star Wars fans, whereas Star Trek is catching hardcore Star Trek fans who are casual MMO players.
Yeah.
So the game's a lot more laid back. It's not like people complain about things, especially on Star Trek Online's forums, which are awful, all the time about the game. And you have to go into it with a mindset, this is not a hardcore MMO. It is a casual MMO. It's meant to just, kind of play at your own pace. People complain about grinding, and I'm like, listen, it's not a hardcore thing. I mean, it's kind
of easy to level, so it's like, why are you complaining?
Yeah, well, a lot of people say the game doesn't really start till you hit level 50, because...
And that's what I meant to say to you recently. I was like, don't give up on it. It's like, wow, you don't really get to play the game until you're at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And that's
see,
I'm level
like
50,
that
what do we do?
Because I hate getting to 50, and then there's nothing to do.
Well, I think the issue with getting to 50 gets boring is because we played the missions over so many times with other characters that you're just kind of like...
It's all the same thing.
I hate
there's
this mission.
The mission with the... we were talking about it the other day. It's the mission with the ghosts.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I've done forgot.
Skirmish? Is that what called Skirmish?
It's Night of the Comet.
Night of the Comet. Oh, my God.
I hate those missions. Because you have to get the gun.
The Davidians.
Yeah. You have to get the gun that's only used for Davidians.
I don't use it. I just have a phaser. I'm just like, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but it's a little more effective.
It's like, you four, you're good? Alright, let's just crouch and just start shooting. I don't know, fuck.
Phaser fire.
Yeah. But I think it does more damage, but whatever.
Did you already get your character that you were leveling with me to 50?
No. I stopped. He is a 38.
You don't understand. When I got
35.
When I got that Zendi...
This guy's already leveled up 3 other characters.
That was a week ago.
You guys take it long.
Had I not gotten that carrier, I probably would have left him there, but that that box with that Zindi aquatic carrier was just burning a hole in my inventory.
I understand.
So I was like,
you gotta use it.
Like,
you want to use it.
I was like, Destiny beta's out. They're not going to touch STO again.
It's true.
Fuck it, I guess.
So explain the box thing. You got to ship in a lockbox.
Oh yeah,
Ship in a box.
Every now and then, Cryptic will release a new lockbox, and the latest one is called the Zindi. And there's different, there's different stuff in it. But the big reward is the Zindi aquatic carrier, which is, if you watch Star Trek Enterprise, it's like this large, ship that the aquatic species of the Zindi, pilot. You can also pay 800 Lowy crystals and get the reptilian escort. And of course, each lockbox drops Libby crystals, and that's a lot of boxes. But I've been saving up since the game came out. So
yeah, lock boxes are
The
Star
money
Trek
makers.
Online's premium. This is what you pay for.
money sink.
You pay for keys to unlock these things to get premium items like ships
kinda
and
like-
gear.
Kind of like buying a pack of baseball cards where
Yep.
you don't know what's inside.
Exactly.
Yes.
Titanfall just added something like that too. It's
Yes,
like
they
the way
did.
to go.
That's the way of the future. The microtransaction.
Yeah.
What Titanfall had?
You can buy burn card packs that you earn
God.
currency when you instead of this
Yeah.
when you dispose of a card you get like currency back
Uh-huh.
and then you can buy burn packs and it's just like random cards.
Huh. But you can pay...
You-
Like...
Yeah, I don't think you pay real money for
Oh,
it, but like it's in-game currency.
Well, that'll be next.
Yes, it's just like Mass Effect's multiplayer
Gotcha.
had that. You would spend real money to buy a box that you didn't know what was in it. It was upgrades.
In STO, did you craft any? But like when you first started playing, when you were playing hardcore with me and Pat, did
Craft
you do
any?
any crafting, research and development?
We would scan the anomalies and pick up materials, but like I never knew anything about the crafting.
Could you craft before? Because I
Yeah.
thought...
Yes.
Oh,
You
'cause
could.
This was the big revamp we've been talking about for 2
Yeah, they
years.
just revamped it.
Yeah, you were
this
telling me
last
not
update.
to.
Yeah,
Because they were going to revamp it, I guess.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
like, just wait.
and they did that.
Yeah.
You've
Yes.
been working on it.
Yes.
Is it better?
Clarify.
Crafting in Warcraft is really good. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, I mean
it's like
It's a grind
yeah,
it is a grind.
In Warcraft or in STO?
in STO. That's the big grind is crafting right now.
Now it is. It wasn't before. It was. I mean, before it was. You need these random anomalies or mineral samples or radiation samples or whatever, and you'd go to Memory Alpha, beam down, go walk over to a console, and you'd turn like 5 of these in and get like a large battery
Yeah.
or a weapon battery or a shield generator or something, and then you'd level up that way. And I think it capped at like 1650 or something like that. And they kept saying, well, if you've maxed out your crafting before, then you'll have a leg up on like the crafting in season 9.5. But having several tunes already maxed out, there was no advantage.
Really?
Yeah, I think you got like a handful of mats.
Did they just like start you back over, basically?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone was reset to 0,
Ah.
and there's so
That
much.
sucks.
I mean, it's whatever. I understand, but they're
Yeah.
like, oh, don't worry. The people who've maxed out will have a distinct advantage.
So is the crafting kind of like in... All I can attest is like Assassin's Creed, where you send out your people to do jobs for you, and they have a chance of success, a chance of failure, and a chance of dying.
Well, that's more of the duty officer missions.
yeah, I didn't.
than
Is
crafting.
that crafting?
No, duty officer missions are things to help you get certain items. Like, for example, there's a diplomacy section of duty officer missions where you send people off to do diplomatic missions. And chances of success, you get things like dilithium, energy credits. Sometimes you'll get other duty officers to add to your roster. And you progress through a ranking system.
It's kind of like sounds like Reputation.
Yeah.
in
Can I?
Warcraft.
Can I get revered with Stormwind like that? Do I have to wear the tabard in all the dungeons?
Well, you get special titles like Envoy and Ambassador.
Gotcha.
And with the title comes a special thing. Like, if you, like the second tier in diplomacy, you can transwarp to Starbase K7.
Yeah.
And then if you, like the max one, like right before Ambassador, you can transwarp to Deep Space Nine. It gets you places faster in diplomacy, and then each one has a different...
Gotcha.
Each tier, they have security, they have tactical, they have a bunch of little things for duty officer missions.
So what is the crafting like now then?
I
Is there anything to compare it to?
I mean, it's kind of like the duty officer missions and the reputation stuff kind of roll into one. You need the mats, and you need a duty officer to help you with it. And the better the duty officer you have, then the better chance of like a crit success or whatever. And then you get bonus materials and XP. It's not bad. It's just a whole new system to learn.
Yeah.
Like I'm slowly learning. I have several different tunes doing each category separately. There's beams, engineering, science, projectiles, tactical, shields. I'm probably forgetting one.
So you don't like specialize in certain things. Like in Warcraft, you would like mining and enchanting.
I mean, you
like,
can. Like, you can just pick one and go all the way. But
you can do all of them.
Well, yeah, you're locked into 5 different, like you have 5 different windows that you can,
I feel
categories at a time?
like active windows or whatever. Like you can have up to 5 things going at a time, but in order to unlock the other 4, you have to have like, I think to open up the second one, you have to, raise one, like subcategory to level 2, and then you get that one.
So you unlock it slowly.
Yeah. Okay. So the more you do, the more you unlock quickly or faster, and, so that's what I'm doing. All 7 different ones on 7 different tunes, just so I can have them all.
Can you go to the auction house, buy mats, and get it up in like?
Can you buy mats at the
3 or 4
exchange?
hours?
Yes, but they are horribly expensive because everyone is doing this right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But the fleet bank has, I mean, it's cargo base overflowing.
That's our fleet.
With the duty
Maybe
officer,
not their fleet
Yeah,
bank.
this is true, but that's because Oni is awesome.
with duty officer missions and crafting and in-game content, they're streamlining everything through the reputation system.
Okay.
So you can you pop up one window and you can be like, okay, do I want to do research and development? Do I want to do in-game stuff, which is the rep system? And who do I want to max out with? Do I want to be repped with the Romulans? Do I want to be repped with the Undine? Anything like that. You just pick and go. You can do all of them.
It'll
But
just take a lot.
It'll just take a long time, but you specialize. Like, I have tunes specialized in certain things. Like, Borg is what one of my TAC officers is specialized in. Romulan for another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to have one character that'll be my main crafting guy, because everything you craft is BOE.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's neat, because then you can sell it. Well, so Warcraft has Warlords of Draenor coming out at the end of the year, supposedly.
Yep.
STO just has a new expansion just announced.
Delta Rising.
I know nothing about it, except there's tier 20.
The main thing that's going to happen with this is the level cap is raising from 50 to 60.
So you're telling me I have to level again?
Yes.
Dang.
I haven't even gotten to Fleet Admiral. Is that what I am now?
That's what the new
Vice
rank
Admiral.
is. Vice Admiral.
Fleet
So
Admiral.
we'll be Fleet Admiral.
Now there's a little bit of confusion in this, because in the future project notes of some websites, Fleet Admiral was going to be the level 70 rank, because that is pretty much in Starfleet. That is the top rank you can get. With Cleons, it'll be called Dahar Master. My theory is, so they're raising it to 60. My theory is they're going to do the same thing they did with Rear Admiral, where you would go 5 levels and then change rank, because there should be a full Admiral in between Fleet Admiral and Vice Admiral. So I think once you get to 55, you're going to be a full Admiral, and then once you get up to 60, you'll be the Fleet Admiral. And then with Cleon's side, you'll get to, because right now the highest rank is Lieutenant General. You'll get to General at 55, and then you'll get to Dahar Master at 60.
Yeah.
That's my guess. They could do it differently, or they could have just messed up, but I think, though, that's
From the initial release, has there been a level
no
cap rise? So
this
this
is
is the first one.
the first one, yes. And another thing that's also upsetting people when they're trying to kind of quell the fire is new ships, tier 6 ships. Right now, ships are tier 5.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And have been tier 5 since the game's release.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
And with new reputation projects, your ships are kind of fighting at tier 5.5. So you're geared higher than their most powerful enemies at the moment.
okay.
But they did that on purpose for this reason. So the ships you're using now will be ready to fight up to level 60. And once you get to level 60, you can get tier 6 ships.
Okay.
The main thing people are upset about right now is they paid all this money
Over the past 6 years.
for tier 5
Five.
ships.
And now
And
it's
they're
new.
like, they're going to be obsolete. Which Cryptic has said they're not going to be obsolete. You're
Yeah.
going to be able to upgrade your ships to be competitive
Yeah.
as the tier 6 ships.
Yeah, Captain Gecko said, and I quote, "Nothing you have will become obsolete. Ships, gear, nothing."
Captain Gecko is one of the lead designers for the game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Why does it matter? Why can't they just bring out new shit, and then
people are bitching because they spent money,
like real
dollars.
Oh my god!
Well,
a game has to make money. That's so fucking awful.
Yep.
I mean,
especially a free-to-play game. Not everyone's paying monthly.
Do you know what happened? I bought the game. I spent $50 for it 4 years ago. 5 years. When did it come out? 4 years ago?
2009.
Yeah. So 5 years ago, I spent $50 for it. My DVD drive wouldn't load the game because I put it in there to install the game just 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, well, fuck. Well, I'll just download it and see if I can put in the product. I didn't even have to put in the product key. It's a free game. You can go and download this right now for free, start playing, get to level 50, and not pay a fucking dime for it. No one has any right to bitch about that.
Well, it's the people who have paid money. And I mean, I understand their point that, they've spent real dollars on this stuff. They want to keep it. But
at the same time, level caps on World of Warcraft, every time they raise them, do you hear people bitching, oh, my tier 2 is going to be obsolete. Fuck. I got to go back and do all of this again. No, it's the same thing.
Fun of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you're
online. You get to play now. You don't get to go and grind all the time. You'll be grinding again soon.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like STO is just a grind all the time. So this makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
If you're unlocking them as you're leveling and stuff.
And it is storyline driven to level 60. So you will be playing episodes and you'll be doing missions to advance you to level 60. And the story behind it is going to be what happened in the Delta Quadrant since Voyager left.
That's interesting.
Yes. So pretty much it'll be a Season 8 of Voyager.
Right.
They're redoing the Intrepid class model. They're improving it.
Which you wanted so bad. You were talking about that the other day.
They're redoing the bridge, because if anyone played the latest STO mission, Intrepid class bridge looked terrible. They're redoing it.
As a guy who casually watches Star Trek and knows nothing, I never noticed.
No, it's awful. It's awful. There's a lot of things. They get the all that going on. They've Harry Kim in Voyager. Garrett Wong. He is going to be voicing.
I heard they're trying to get more actors too.
They said they have them. They haven't announced who they are yet.
Oh, okay.
There's some rumors flying around because when they did the last update, they redid the models for Commander Wildman at K7, who was a kid in Star Trek Voyager.
Scarlet Palmers.
Yes. And they redid Icheb, who can give you PvP missions at Station K7, who was also in Voyager in Season 6 and 7?
Yeah, Mono Intereme.
Yeah. So there's a rumor that those actors could be approached to do voices, and of course there'll be others coming on as well.
I think, are those characters that show up a lot in the series?
They're recurring.
I feel like people would be more excited about the main cast.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but
I feel like those would be better announcements.
I think in their they'll probably have announcements like that too, because they said there's multiple. There's not going to be like one or two extra. They've got a few coming. This is going to be a very heavily Star Trek Voyager-focused expansion.
That's cool.
They're adding races, enemy races like the Malon and the Kazon, and the Hierarchy are going to be new enemies, which if you ever watched Voyager, they've ran into them quite a bit.
Yeah, he's been talking about Kazons for months now. You thought, or you knew the Zindi might be coming.
Yeah.
But you wanted a Kazon.
I thought the next box was going to be the Kazon box because I didn't know how quickly, or I didn't know what was coming in Season 9.5. I didn't know if there was going to be a new mission or not. I was like, well, I mean, if they're going to have the Delta Quadrant soon, might as well, get people ready for it and introduce some kind of like Kazon lockbox. But I didn't know it was going to be Zindi. But I can't wait for the Kazon to come out so I can slaughter them.
Murder
for their arrogance. Stupid.
Take that aggression out on them.
and new allies, the Okampa, and I think the Talaxian were the other one they announced as an ally.
They mentioned the Hazari too. It was weird because they're only in one episode.
Yeah. There's nothing playable. They're all NPCs at the moment.
Yeah.
But they could make some playable later on. And they also mentioned a home world of a species that's not seen very much will be shown for the first time in the game.
The Borg. Don't
know who they're talking about.
Do the Borg have a homeworld?
Maybe the machine planet from Star Trek 1?
Did they ever talk?
I'm done.
Did they ever talk about their origins?
No, not really.
No, not in canon.
No.
There's some soft canon references where the Borg came from, but no.
Maybe that's gonna be
No.
Maybe that's then the next expansion
I hope
that.
CBS did a giant thumbs down to that.
Yeah.
They have access to a lot of things. They're going to get every canon ship in the game before it's said and done.
If the Cavort doesn't come out soon, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
What's the Cavort?
The Cavort class Klingon bird of prey. If that doesn't
larger
come out
bird
soon,
of prey.
and it's so fucking simple. You take the Burrell and you make it bigger, and you're
Scale it
done.
up.
You're done.
Zoom in.
You're done.
Add
I
some
don't understand.
more bridge officer spots.
So, what did you all think of the uniform redesign with the new Odyssey?
I like
uniforms?
it.
I like
look
it.
I
really
made
good.
mine like the top white with the color accent, like
Yeah.
blue and gold and red. I like that a lot. But I know that like the game canon is like gray.
It's gray, but captains are white.
Captains are white.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Captains are white. Admirals are
I
the
just
normal
went with
color,
it.
but they have silver piping
Okay.
up to vice admiral. And then once you get promoted, you
yeah.
have
So
gold.
like the shirt color is say blue,
yeah,
and then it's white, and then the trim is like a darker blue.
yeah,
That's how I made mine.
that's cool.
It's kind of neat.
I just have a stable of Romulan hussies.
Oh yeah, if we're
Running
talking about
around
my
in
other
pink and
class,
green.
I made them all whores. So they're wearing like, they're all female and they have like their belly button showing and stuff.
The USS Pimp.
Yeah,
The Mirror Universe Enterprise.
yeah,
uniforms.
that one.
Yeah. With the
They love it. It's
their
good.
and
And
bellies.
pants so
But
tight they're painted on.
you gotta pay for those.
I did.
You
pay.
did.
I bought the lifetime subscription when the game first came out because I was like really enticed by the idea of not having to pay a subscription.
For sure.
Then comes the free to play. I'm like, well, fuck, wasting my money. But then they give you bonuses, so I get
shit.
the money you pay with real money.
Mm-hmm.
the stipend. You
The
get
Zen.
500 Zen every month.
Yeah, exactly. So I just let that build up, and I just
Yeah, I
that
stopped
way.
playing for a
I've
while.
never
and I
spent
logged back
money.
in and had 3,000 Zen, which is like $25.
yeah. I've
$20.
never spent money for a Zen. I've only used what they give me.
I think you came back and had like 14,000. Like,
Yeah,
you were
I had a lot.
rolling in it.
I bought him a bunch of keys.
He was
one
Oprah
day.
rich.
Yeah, that's
I was.
that's like $140 worth of Zen.
Well, I got my first character to 50 way before any of these like updates came out. Really,
Yeah.
And I stopped playing, and then I came back one day. He was like,
That-
"Oh my."
That's how my engineer is. My very first Fed engineer. I leveled it up before anything came out, and now he's like old and decrepit now.
I love my 50. I wish we could play.
Poor guy with his
Oh,
original Mako gear, and
Halfway there.
halfway.
I still have a Galaxy class with the Borg
Halfway
stuff on
Oh,
there.
fuck yeah, man. My the Lexington still has the Borg set, which is
I
in,
have some board games.
is in Space Dog now getting a facelift.
Yeah.
I'm getting the Galaxy X here soon.
You will not be disappointed. Get the fleet version though. You have to get the fleet version.
I'm not in a fleet that can
We'll
purchase
we'll
that.
put you in the
In
other
Stonewall?
fleet. Yeah.
Yeah. That giant one.
that big one.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have to be in a fleet to actually purchase these things?
I mean, if people
There are
Contribute.
more advanced versions of the ships you can buy if you're in a fleet, and your fleet can build a shipyard, and they have better ships that you can
That's
buy.
cool.
Stonewall has Shipyard 2 because Vanessa wanted to get a cruiser that was out
Gotcha.
of Shipyard Level 2. So we have Shipyard Level 2, but I think that requires 5. And it'll take a long time to get there.
That's cool.
But
You
if
can
there's-
build space.
It'll take a long
stations
time
and
to
stuff.
get there.
You were telling me though something cool about how guilds are going to have like a base in Warlords of Draenor.
Are we going
Oh,
back to,
yeah, the
we're going back to
garrison.
Azeroth? Yeah, the
We
garrison.
could go back to WoW.
We can go all over the place.
But- to play.
When you're
the
itching.
only reason I bring that up is because you
The
said
star-
you have to defend your star base, starport.
Yeah. Garrison?
No, in STO.
Oh, no, that's in WoW.
Yeah, but you have to defend that. But don't you have to do the same in STO? Or
No.
okay,
No,
So in
it's-
SEO, you just build a space dock or station.
If you're in a fleet, you have a starbase. Yeah. And then
And you can upgrade it?
Yeah.
so it's not like Eve where you build this whole big ass fleet and then some level 1 comes in when you're not worried about it and blows it up and you lose 8 years of your progress.
STO, no.
Okay.
WoW, Warlords of Draenor, yes.
So what's this in WoW? You can build castles
Yeah, we build a garrison. It's like everything from like a
for the fleet, or the guild.
Yeah, like have like command centers and barracks, and like you can level up. You get like special professions, like
Oh man, that sounds
profession
cool.
stuff. Yeah, like you get bonuses. If you level certain stuff up, like you can get free like gathering mats. Like we'll just have like a stack of leather that you need that week or whatever for your leather working or whatever. I mean, it's Yeah, and
Can you build your own house yet? Because that's what I want.
I don't know, but the garrison is the next best thing because it's your own little.
It's your thing.
Your perfect
inside
world
there,
is to build
I want you to build a little house.
Put your Romulan hussies.
I want to have an apartment in there and bring my Romulan hussies and just all stick them in there.
You go down to the local inn, you bring a guy back, and you do some dances for some coins. Like we used to do with Phil.
Yeah. I want to call Phil's character, bring him over.
No, she was deleted. She attracted too much attention.
Who did?
Candy Vu.
Candy Vu.
Candy Vu.
For you?
No, mine was Xenia.
Oh, yeah. Now it's like your powerful character.
Yeah, the character I made as a whore is now my main.
The first...
She's awesome.
The first day I come back, I don't have
Slap her way to the top.
First day I came back, I don't have any clothes on because the hacker sold it all 4 years ago. And I get private messages from whores wanting gold from me. Hey, that's sexy. I see you're naked. You want to give me gold? No!
I don't
have any clothes.
You give me gold. I'm naked.
I am broke and naked.
They were dudes.
I have nowhere else to go.
But, so, all right. So you get garrisons, you build them up, and you get perks, I guess? Yeah, I saw that we have mass res in our guild.
Yeah, the guild...
Conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
The guild...
Earth and Wing.
Attributes and stuff. That
we maxed that out years ago.
Yeah. I remember working on that.
So explain how you have to defend this garrison. If it's destroyed, do you lose all progress you made in it?
You start off at level 1.
Who attacks it? Other players
NPCs.
or NPCs?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to defend your garrison. Whenever it's attacked, I don't know how long or how...
Is this going to turn into another Crossroads?
I don't know.
Fight some NPCs and all of a sudden it's PvP battle?
I don't know how it works exactly. If there's
Those
been,
were epic.
Yeah, like I haven't read up about Warlords like I should have. So I don't know a whole lot. But I mean, yeah, like if you're, I don't know what the max level is, but say you're like, level 8 in, your profession, whatever, like your quartermaster, what? Oh, and like your quartermaster, if you lose your garrison, you start from level 1, so you lose all their progress.
Oh, that sucks.
But, well, the reason, what that brought up was, in Elder Scrolls, you have to, there's, in the main continent in Cyrodiil, you have to go in there and take over castles. It's like a PvP thing, but it's player versus player.
Oh, okay.
And you can have, I think there's 3 different factions that are all fighting for control of this thing. So it's not just, one faction versus the other. It's like 3 factions and it's a big clusterfuck. 2 factions can be fighting the same castle, and then they can just start fighting each other, trying to take it over. But you have to take over castles, and once you do that, you have a new fast travel point.
Yeah.
And I was hoping it'd be something like that. Maybe, another faction guild comes over and tries to take over your...
I have no
idea. Pandas take over.
I don't know. I can write that down and have the information for us next week.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
But on top of that, level 100, and the reason why everyone's coming back...
Heroic Ubers. I'm trying to run Ubers tonight.
Let's go.
Non-heroic.
Can we just put it on?
Are they okay? So we talked about this a little bit on the first show about heroic Ubers.
Yep.
Are they just upping the level of what's there now, or
no. Yes and no?
Like
Dead Mines.
Dead Mines, they changed the bosses and like the storyline through that.
Yeah, they're probably gonna do that. So if we want to experience original Ubers, we're gonna have to play soon.
Are they going to totally get rid of it?
I mean, they're not going to erase it, but they'll probably change the layout, make it so that we can't go down into Elbers by accident.
That was so fun. Mind controlling Andy, dueling him in the middle of Ubers, mind controlling him and running his ass off. God, that made me so happy.
On the bridge to kill
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, because I've been in randoms leveling tunes and I queue specifically for Ubers, and then people, because it puts you at the door to go up the steps to kill those 4 rooms, and then you start the Ubers run, and people are like, oh no, it's this way, and they go down to Elbers. I'm like, what the fuck are you all doing?
Yeah,
you all are stupid. Like,
this is Ubers.
Like, no, that's Elbers. We're doing Ubers. Want to know why? Because I queued for one instance. Ubers. And so I would just stand there at the door, and they're like, you coming? I was like, nope, you're in the wrong instance. You go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, what a bunch of idiots.
Fucking noobs. Who doesn't play vanilla WoW?
Exactly. Right? Casuals.
Well, we've been playing WoW, playing STO, but there are many other MMOs out there. We talked about Elder Scrolls. Me and you are probably going to play that very soon once I get my PC. I'm excited for that. It looks so good, like
PC Master
graphically.
Yeah, I mean the graphics they're not. WoW's kind of kiddie.
It's very cartoony, very animated, especially with the new animations.
Yeah, they're.
I love the art style, but it's not realistic.
Exactly. It's not more of Elder Scrolls is more of an adult game, I guess. There's a lot. I think it's better animation, better graphics than World of Warcraft.
Graphically, obviously, it looks.
It looks
better. I don't know the animations.
Yeah.
So, Macho Man dragons.
Hopefully, there's some Macho Man dragons.
Ooh, we had some Macho Man dragons, but no, it's going to be a great game to play. We know people playing it already, so we might as well just try it out, see how it is. It's definitely worth a shot, but it's huge. You're playing. Skyrim was just a hugely
That's what I'm hoping it's more like. I hope it's like Skyrim, but co-op.
But it is, and that's what I hear it is. But there's Skyrim. There's Cyrodiil. There's
Morrowind,
15 other
whole Elder
Scrolls
thing. That's exciting.
It's all there, and you can be a cat person.
Meow.
Yeah, you love your cats from STO.
I do love my cations.
They see in the dark too.
I just want to be a lizard man and have bad guys chase me into the water and they drown because I can breathe in water, and then I loot them and just do it again.
Well, you can do that, and we'll be able to do that in a couple days, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Get my master race. Well, you talked about Star Wars. Do you think you'll ever go back to Star Wars?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I want them to kind of start over, but I think they're maybe in too deep.
Yeah, there's a lot of content there now for them to just...
Yeah. I just don't know the way the model model's set
up. It sounds like they need to redo the model, and then that game might be very interesting to get back into.
Yeah. But probably not. It's STO, and you're not dragging me into WoW.
Yeah, we are. We don't have a mage.
Try.
We need more mages.
We don't have a mage.
I'm not playing my mage anymore. I'm playing my paladin.
Every time I try to cast a spell,
mages.
Somebody throws a snowball at me and interrupts the game.
That was vanilla WoW, and they changed that. Because people were trolling people too much with that shit.
What's wrong with 40-man raids in Molten Core and you get hit with a snowball?
But that was funny.
That was great. No, you gotta play, man. It's
do what he did. Play Pandaria 10 days for free.
10 days free.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Did you have to pay for Panda, or are you just doing the trial?
I'm just doing the trial right now. Panda's only $20.
I didn't know if you bought it.
Was that the highest raids in vanilla was 40?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's 20 right now.
25.
25 right now. 25. And then they're in Warlords, it's going to be 20. You still have 25s, but 20 is going to be their hardest raids, and it's going to stick there. It's called Mythic. But all their other raids are going to be, they're going to be 10 to 25, and they're going to scale to how many people. So you don't have to have 25. You can have 14 or 13 or 10.
That's good.
And you can do heroic. They have normal, heroic, and then mythic is you have to have 20 people for those. So it's going to be kind of like classic raiding with just 20 people.
I wish they just did one 40-man that you can do. That's just insane.
That would be tits.
That would be cool. Just super in-game.
Elder Scrolls, 200 people on a screen could have more, all raiding one thing.
200 people raid?
You can have 200 people on a screen is what I hear. So there's more people around doing one thing.
Oh, I see. So you're not really in a group, but there's multiple groups.
I forget how the groups work, how many people can be in there. I know there's at least 40.
Yeah.
But you can have multiple groups. It's kind of like if you're... Well,
is it Elder Scrolls that you could be in multiple guilds?
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, you can be in 5 different guilds.
That's crazy.
And that's not including just the actual guilds that come out, like the Thieves Guild, the Dark Brotherhood, which they don't have in the game yet, but they should have soon. But there's the Mages
These
Guild.
aren't like guilds like Warcraft guilds where
no. These are Warcraft guilds, the ones you can have 5 different of. So you don't have. You're not just limited to one. You can be in 5.
So if each of you all made a guild, I can be in each one.
Yes, but on top of that, you can have 5 other. They have other guilds in the game that are just kind of like NPC guilds.
Reputation.
Yeah,
type
exactly.
Thing.
Would there be like shared bank?
Yeah, how's
like guild bank.
I guess
I would raid and take all rat shit and put it in Pat's bank.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I mean, we'll have to find out what happens with that.
Now, is this PC?
Yes.
Okay.
It said they were supposed to come to PS4 and Xbox One, but they got delayed. They was supposed to be out in June, but it got delayed.
What's your theory behind that one?
Console gamers they don't like subscriptions on top of their Xbox Live PSN accounts.
We have a subscription. It's called Xbox Live.
It's called Xbox Live, right? So, console gamers like to pay their $60, they get the game. So I'm assuming they've held back the console ones
To make the PC better?
They were working on the console ones to, make it work well on consoles. And they were going to see how the PC version does. Fix any bugs and whatnot, and then they can do that on the consoles. Well, from everything from what I read, the game's awesome. It's just the population isn't that high. It's probably doing decent, but it's not like, in the millions upon millions like Warcraft. So they're like, well, crap, that's not good. So my theory is, for when they decide to release the console versions, they're going to change to a free-to-play type model. And it'll bring in way more people. And the console gamers don't have to worry about a subscription.
That would be cool.
Have microtransactions and stuff. They're probably just trying to figure out how to do it and stuff. That's why it's taking a while.
I wouldn't need Destiny at that point.
See, well, like we talked about last week, Destiny isn't an MMO. It's a shared world shooter. So you would
Destiny gives me my console.
Your console
gaming
MMO, yeah. Which I've been wanting since Xbox Live started.
So Elder Scrolls is a shared world RPG, according to Bungie.
Elder Scrolls is?
So it's STL.
Yeah.
Well, if you go back and listen to last week's podcast, and you'll find out what we thought about Destiny. But speaking of console MMOs, though, I tried out Final Fantasy 14 because I like Final Fantasy. I'm interested in it. That's a console MMO on PS4, PS3, and when I played it on PC, but I used my Xbox One controller, and it worked out pretty well. Like I would play that if it comes to Xbox One. Maybe just play on PC, but the way they have it set up on your abilities is like you hold a trigger in, and then you can use the D-pad or face buttons to do the ability. So you got about 16 abilities.
It's kind of like a wheel.
Kinda. They just show you
circle.
Like a plus sign of the abilities, and it'll have the little button next to it. So you hold the trigger down, and you want to hit A or whatever.
Gotcha.
But the one thing that kind of got weird was trying to chat. Trying to chat to people, because then you just use your keyboard and mouse. So it's like, why even bother with a controller? So MMOs on console, that's a fascinating thing. Like, how do you do social stuff?
True, yeah.
Like you can't have a voice chat.
Like raiding and stuff.
I would say fuck a lot.
You can only have 8 people in a party chat. At least on Xbox 360. I haven't gotten to 8 people on Xbox One because not everyone has one yet. So we don't know how many people can be in there.
Well, this just fucked me. So I'm sorry.
So that's like, if you play Elder Scrolls on Xbox, how are you going to raid and stuff? They might set it so it's lower. That might be one thing they're trying to fix. So
maybe you only have like 16 man raids or something.
Right. It's hard to do an MMO on a console because of that.
Well, and there's so many damn buttons to hit.
That's true, but you can also design an MMO not to have so many abilities like that, or do what Final Fantasy does. So you have you hold a trigger and then the buttons become something different, kind of type thing. There's ways around it. I just find the social aspect being the hardest part around it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Just look at Halo Wars. No one knew how to do an RTS on a console. Well, successfully, and then Halo Wars came along.
Hey,
fucking nailed it.
StarCraft 64 was the best game ever made. Don't know what you're talking about.
I beg to differ.
Mortal Kombat. They did, and it was terrible.
It was bad. It was bad.
I never played it.
I think could you play split screen on that? I think you could.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. My head would explode.
That would be terrible to play split screen.
We should totally do that for the YouTube channel.
All right.
Try it out.
We gotta find a copy of the game first.
I could.
$1 at Game King or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
So
my bad.
Don't get Conkers though. Conkers is like $150 at Game King.
Holy shit.
Where's Game King? Is that in town or is it?
It is in Eastland. So if anyone from Lexington, if you're looking for old games, go to Game King in Eastland, because
that's Lexington, Kentucky.
It's way better than Disc Replay.
Is it better?
Yes.
I haven't been. only been to
we
disc
hit up
replay.
Disc replay that one time, right?
Yeah, that's the one we went to.
There's three places you can go. Game, disc replay, half price books.
That one's not that good.
But Game King is the shit.
All right.
Well, we have to go over there one day.
Yeah.
We'll hit that up then.
Yeah.
Eastland Shopping Center. It's kind of up there, but
okay. I'm going tomorrow. But right now, I'm gonna go play WoW because.
Okay, hang on.
I
So-
do have an itch there.
New character models? Wow. I'm still waiting for the mail.
That's why I only want to play Warlords.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though it's
they look
cartoony,
nice.
I love the animation.
Well, I think they make it more cartoony, but it's
just
gonna
the way
it's gonna look a lot
style
better.
of animation.
Yeah,
they're doing.
that's just their style, and
Yeah.
I get that. And their gameplay is just ridiculously awesome.
It's too good.
They did it right.
Everyone's copying, trying to. At least.
I mean, they've been
We'll
trying
see.
to copy them for 10 years.
I know, and I'm back on it. So
10.
like, subscribe, follow the channels.
One more thing.
What's that?
Instant 90s. How do y'all feel about that real fast?
That's cool.
Whatever. Pay the guy money. Give me my 90. I just want to
Okay,
do
take
the
my money,
Come on.
damn it.
Just take it.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you
So-
can get a fresh 90 if you pre-order the game.
Yeah, pre-order. I thought about it.
So even if you have never played it and you want to see what this whole thing is about, but I think if you've
That's
never
what-
played it,
That's why I'm asking, because you're going to get noobs.
Yeah, I was gonna say that might
that's-
ruin.
that is
some of,
why I brought that
some of
up.
the. Well, if you're queuing by yourself,
yeah,
Yeah.
if you have your friends, I think you'll be fine.
This is true.
no one's going to buy it unless their friend says, "Hey, I understand you've never played this game before. Let's try it out." And you got to think, 10 years ago, there were 5 and 6-year-olds who didn't know what the hell World of Warcraft was, and now they're 15, 16 years old and they're getting into MMOs.
Yeah.
So it's a good time for them to start playing World of Warcraft.
Plus, like, you don't have say you're 90 and I'm 30 something, and I'm like, man, I don't want to go through all this.
Well,
crap.
yeah.
I just want to play with you.
Yeah.
Boom, I'm playing with you.
It's done.
Done.
I like it. I think it takes away a lot from the game, and if you have a 90 and you get to 100, you should go back and start from 1. And
That's another thing. Like, if you have a bunch of alts, you can just I don't feel like leveling all these characters. I know what I'm doing.
What kind of gear do they give you at 90 if you have an instant 90?
That's-
All white?
I don't know.
no,
All common?
They probably have a
Greens or something.
yeah.
yeah. That's
They'll
sad.
probably be
All Mark 10 white basic?
Yeah.
they'll probably give you a set that's halfway decent for the new game. I mean, pre-order you get level 90, and they'll have mail and play probably for each kind of character you want to create.
I
They'll
just
have
didn't know.
something.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
The big controversy.
yeah,
right
is
now.
that people don't know if it's going to...
I don't see it doing too much damage.
No, it'll
No,
be
no.
fine.
To be honest. If it brings in more people, it's a win-win for
True.
them, so
This is
whatever. Alright. Can we go play WoW now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
But
go
first, like, subscribe, Twitter us, send us
Twitter,
emails,
emails.
suggestions,
play. Emails, Twitter, Facebook.
whatever.
Follow us on YouTube, like us. Comment. Please comment. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Hate us. Make fun of us. I don't care.
No.
Just enjoy.
Like us. Thumbs up.
Like us. Don't dislike. Just like and then tell us we're shit.
And give
below.
us topics for a future podcast to talk about.
What
Yeah.
do you want us to talk about?
Probably nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they probably hate us.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you all next time.
Hey, click that portal. Let's get out of here.
I got shit again.